I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the Sophisticated Backpacks mod. So, starting off, we have a lot of different backpacks here. The backpack, the iron backpack, there's also a copper variant if you'd rather, gold, diamond, and shift click, neverite backpack. So, the backpacks get bigger and bigger. If we look at the standard backpack, you can see it has one upgrade slot on the left, 3 rows of items, whereas the iron has 6 rows, gold has loads more with a scroll bar, diamond, and neverite, where you've got loads of upgrade slots. I've put upgrades in here. That's why you're seeing it a bit differently, but you can see how big it is and all of these upgrade slots. You can color them as well with just the dye of your choice. To make the basic backpack, you just need some string and some leather, etc. And then to upgrade it to iron, you get your basic one and you surround it by iron, and then you get the iron one into gold, gold into diamond, and diamond into neverite, which will require a smithing template for equipment and a neverite ingot in the smithing table. So that's how you actually upgrade the backpacks. Let's actually now look inside them and see what we could do with them. So I'm just going to use the basic one for this because they're all pretty much the same. We've got upgrade slots in the left here, and these are upgrades you can make here. You get a blank upgrade base, which is very simple to make, and then you use, whatever the recipe is to make the upgrade, and you slot it into that slot. You could search your backpack up here for items. We could sort the inventory. We could sort by mod, by tags, different sorting options. And we can transfer, we can shift click to transfer everything, or we could transfer matching items in. So items that are already in here that match, it'll just transfer them in here. Like if I had these bee cages in here, and then it says transfer matching. Okay, it doesn't seem like it with the bee cages, which is interesting, but bone meal, it does work. So it showed you how it should work, at least. I've got some bone meal in the backpack. I've got bone meal in here. If I press transfer matching to storage, it puts the rest of the bone meal in there, but nothing else. You could just click that in there. Whereas the other way it works as well, if you've got bone meal in your backpack and bone meal in here, it will transfer whatever is matching into your inventory. Doesn't seem to work with these cages, though, which is interestingly, but they are, of course, a random mod, so that could be that mod's issue, not backpacks. Backpack settings on the right here. We have the player. This is the actual backpack settings. Apply to all backpacks and storages unless overridden, or just do it for this exact backpack. And we can shift click to inventory first. Shift click from storage inventory. We'll first try to put the stack in the inventory storage and only then into an open tab. On close of its GUI, the backpack storage records which upgrade tab was last open. So if you've got like a crafting table upgrade in here, it will open that when you open up the backpack, or it won't do that. It's entirely up to you. Keep search phrase on, or you can completely get rid of that if you want. And can another player open your backpack or not, including when you're wearing it? You can turn that off and off. No sort slot settings, allow selecting slots that are ignored by sorting. So we could say select all slots, like that, and say green, and then we can filter, put items in here to filter them. We can say unselect, and then you can click them individually to sort those slots, etc., and right click to unselect them. And then also the item display settings. This is an interesting one. If I get an oak log here, okay, let's put this market trader in. I can go item display, blue. I click that blue slot and I can turn it around so it's upside down, which doesn't really sound very interesting, but can you see it's actually on the backpack upside down and it's displaying it on there? That is what that does, basically. And you can only choose one item for that. I don't know where the actual color goes when you're changing the color. It doesn't seem to go onto the backpack, but interesting. So that is actually how you use the backpack settings and the backpacks themselves. You can right-click to open them, even when looking at a block. Shift-right-click will set them down, and then you can open them. And if you have like a tank upgrade or anything, you can pipe these things into it, and item pipes can go in and out of them, which I will show you later. Before we get into the video, thank you so much to G-Portal for sponsoring this video. You can get Minecraft or a plethora of other games on their library here through their Game Cloud system, meaning you can buy as much RAM as you need for, say, a Minecraft server, and if you've got any left over or you want to add more, you can add other servers from different games into your Game Cloud and switch them out throughout the month as you wish. They have servers all over the world, as you can see here, and give you protection from DDoS attacks, 24/7 support, databases, and the server is immediately online. If you're looking for a specific mod pack in Minecraft, you can simply search it up, like our Patreon server, which we host on RLcraft. You can see it also recommends how much gigabytes you need. I, as a content creator of a community, need to make sure that it's a company I can trust, and my server runs beautifully, better than even running it myself, and I have a lot of experience in running servers. So if you want 10% off your first order with gPortal, check out the link in my description, and don't forget you can always join the Patreon to support the channel, and also join the Patreon-only RLcraft server. So then, now let's look at upgrades. I'm using my Neverite backpack for this, and you can see it's even got a little visual tank on where I've put the upgrade in, which is really, really cool. So if I put at backpack in here, you can see we could dye them, etc. And now we've got all these upgrade slots here on the left. So we have advanced versions of a lot of these. The pickup upgrade makes backpack pick up items, and then the advanced pickup upgrade, which is an advanced one. If you want to turn these upgrades off, you can just put the slider, for example, the magnet. Maybe you don't want your magnet on. You can just turn that upgrade off there and go about your business. And you get options for them on the right. You can see the advanced pickup one. As I take it off, that slot disappears. So advanced pickup. Do I want to allow it or block it? And what that means is, do I want to only like whitelist or blacklist items? I could say only pick up bone meal, or don't pick up bone meal. Pick up everything but bone meal. Do I want to match the item, or maybe match the mod, or match tags? And do I want to ignore or match durability, or NBT, or ignore it? We then have an advanced filter. Again, we can say, do we want to only filter items coming in or going out, or both? Do we want to block match storage contents or allow? Because you can shift right click your backpack onto like a chest and empty it into there, for example. We can match items, etc. the same way before. We've got the magnet item. We can say pick up items or don't pick them up. We can turn it on and off in here. And the same with experience, because maybe you want to keep the magnet on, but you only want experience and not items, or vice versa. And the same filters as before. A feeding upgrade, and I'm just going to show you the advanced ones because they do the most. Really cool. So it automatically feeds you. Feed as soon as the player is a tiny bit hungry, but of course that could potentially waste quite a few hunger points of the food. Only feed the player when they're hungry enough to only waste half the hunger points of the food, or only feed the player when they're hungry enough to not waste any of it. Feed the player immediately when hurt, ignores hunger setting when player is not at max health. Do not consider health. So that basically the health option can override that one. Same matches as before. Like, do you only want to use certain foods, and there's certain foods that you won't be using, maybe because they give certain buffs that you want for combat that you want to keep off for a boss. There is an advanced compacting upgrade. This will actually compact items into their compressed variants if they exist. Voiding, which has a filter for voiding items. Advanced restock will restock from sneak right-clicked inventories. So if you have cobblestone that you might use for, bridges and stuff, you can just shift right-click on an inventory and it will restock your backpack with cobblestone from that inventory. Advanced deposit deposits items from the backpack into sneak right-clicked. So there may be loot or certain things that you want to keep dropping off into a chest. You could do it like that. And then you've got the refill. It keeps refilling stack of selected items in a player's inventory, allows for more precise target slot selection, and allows for middle click picking blocks from the backpack. So it will refill things in your inventory, I think, from the backpack or vice versa on that one. The Inception upgrade means you can put backpacks into backpacks, which is crazy amounts of storage, etc., of course. The Everlasting, it's indestructible, can't despawn or fall into the void, very useful. And then we have things like auto-smelting. So if I go to auto-smelting, you can see you can block things. The basic one will smelt wherever it is, and then the advanced one is auto-smelting. And you have a little coal slot here for smelting your items, and obviously it comes out here, which is really cool. So it'll just automatically smelt your ores, maybe. A tank upgrade, so you can see it adds a tank on the right-hand side. And you can just use a water bucket and click it in there, things like that. You can pipe into these with like mechanism pipes and things like that. I can add or take out water like this as well by looking at the backpack. There is a smoking upgrade for smoking food, blasting for blasting. It's all pretty similar to the auto smelting tab where you have this little interface for it, Same as the crafting upgrade. We'll add a crafting table tab in here, down in the bottom. Stonecutter, same for that. And then the stack upgrade. Multiplies the number of stacks that can fit in by 1.5, 2, 4, 8, and 16, with the fourth one, which needs blocks of netherite, which is obviously crazy. We've got stack downgrade, divides the number of stacks that can fit into a slot by 8. Because if you're filtering a slot, you may only want to have a select amount of that slot, of that item, and that's why you would use that. Jukebox upgrade, you can carry a jukebox around with you. The advanced tool swapper automatically swaps an item in player's hand for the one effective on the block entity when these are left clicked. Has filters, options, and enables swapping wrench-like tools. So you could do it with like item frames and stuff, I guess. I don't see a massive use for that one. Tank upgrade I've already spoken about. Battery does the same thing as a tank, but adds a battery in here for redstone flux and forge energy. A pump upgrade pumps fluids between tank upgrade and adjacent blocks. This is really, really interesting. It will actually pump stuff into your inventory for you, into your tank, when you're holding like a bucket of water, etc. I think in your offhand, you have an advanced pump and an experience pump as well. An anvil, which obviously adds an anvil in. Smithing adds a smithing table. Infinity upgrade is an admin-only block that means everything in the backpack is infinite. Survival infinity makes all items in backpack infinite. What's the difference? One's an only admins can set infinite items or break or pick up backpacks. Whereas this one is a normal one. But I guess there's a recipe for that. There's no recipe for it in the pack I'm playing, but blank upgrade. And then chipped botanist workbench. I think these are mod ones. Is this a mod that adds this? Or have I just missed out on something that's added in Minecraft? But anyway, it adds a tab for chipped botanist workbench, glass blower, loom table, and things like that. And those are all the upgrades in Sophisticated Backpacks. And there you go, guys. That is how you use the mod Sophisticated Backpacks.